Hi everyone, my name's Harvey and today I'm going to be talking about what you can do to help you hit your targets in a high pressure recruitment agency more consistently. Now, help and consistently are the key words here because unless you're an absolute billing machine, you are not going to be exceeding your target every single month. People are the most unpredictable asset that you could be providing to a business. You can make sure that you're doing absolutely everything right with the process, and sometimes things still fall through. It's just the nature of the beast. Please don't be too hard on yourself if this happens, but at the very least we can talk about a few things today that will help ensure you're hitting your targets consistently. First point revolves around the importance of building and maintaining relationships with candidates and clients. Relationships are absolutely everything in the recruitment industry. If you foster and build a strong relationship with your candidates, it is going to pay dividends. Equally, the same is true when building relationships with your clients. If you build and nurture a strong relationship with your candidate where you actually understand and listen to what they're looking for in a new role, it's going to really help. I know that sounds easy, but often in such a numbers-based industry, agencies will often promote that you speak to more people for less time. If you build a strong relationship with a candidate, they are far less likely to drop out and ghost you within the process, which will mean more fees remain on the board and more money comes into your bank account. If you do your best to genuinely understand what that candidate is looking for, as opposed to being just a buzzword collector, because trust me, with just a few calls from an agency, a buzzword collector is quite obvious. If you're genuinely trying to look out for the candidate and their interests, it's going to pay dividends by making sure that you're attracting them to the right organisation and therefore reducing their chances of dropping out and therefore having to pay back a rebate and losing your money. Also, on building a strong relationship with your candidate, after such a positive experience, they might also recommend you to job seekers in their network that are also looking for new opportunities, which allows you access to a talent pool that other agencies aren't exploring as of yet, so their details might not be on the job boards. They're just looking for a helpful recruiter to aid them in their job search. And if you give a good service to one candidate, that could be you for the next. I really can't stress the importance of aftercare, and that is ensuring that you're staying in touch with your candidates even after they've started with a new organisation. Speaking with them after their start date shows that you had a genuine interest in them and that you built a strong relationship that wasn't just to serve you and give you your money. It allows you to damage control in case there are any things that the person is not liking in that organisation. If you've built a strong relationship with that candidate, they might feel a lot more open to talking to you about what things in their new role they are struggling with or they maybe don't like as much. If this is stuff that you can action and speak to their employer about, it might help mitigate the chance of them dropping out and you losing a fee. The same is true for building and establishing a relationship with a client. I am a massive advocate of strong account management. I think that repeat business is the way to go in the recruitment industry, especially if you're starting out. Building and nurturing relationships, especially with higher headcount employers that are likely to give you consistent jobs every month. Consistent job flow is going to be really helpful, ensuring you're hitting your target each month, or at the very least have a pipeline of jobs to work on each month. That's going to really help with providing a foundation for your monthly target. This leads on to my next point of really making the most of candidate knowledge. Day in and day out, we're talking to individuals from specific industry sectors. They are going to know a lot more about their industry and which big players are hiring in their sector than you are in most cases. Speak with these candidates and really make sure that every call, if possible, is a fact find. Make sure it's natural, make sure it's actually organically in the conversation, because then you don't seem so pushy, but make sure that you're really getting as much information as you can to help with your business development activity. Candidates in the sector might be able to provide you with opinions on a certain organisation, what people in the labour market are thinking about a certain company, or the industry as a whole, which might help you with your activities going forward. Candidates that are really helpful might also even point you into the direction of hiring managers, names of internal talent teams, HR representatives, all from their prior knowledge of interacting with that company, which could be really helpful in your business development activities. My next point, and this isn't always that nice to hear, is to make sure that you're not being complacent with your sales activity. Now trust me, I absolutely hate sales. It's not for me. I don't enjoy it. In my time in an agency, I realised the importance of not resting on your laurels, which is a phrase you'll probably hear quite a lot thrown around a recruitment agency, especially from management. But it's so easy when you're smashing it, when you're really hitting your targets, to be complacent in your sales activity, to not think you need to do it. But I can't highlight the importance of still plowing through with that sales activity to make sure you're establishing yourself a pipeline, just in case there's any dropouts as well. Because suddenly all it takes is for a few bad days to really leave your month in jeopardy. You could have gone from a really high figure to suddenly very low figure because of a lot of uncontrollable things. So if you have a decent pipeline of sales activity that's going to help bring in more jobs, that's going to be really helpful for you. And I can't stress the importance of trying different sales activity strategies because it's going to really help. Sometimes you can really hit a wall with business development. As I said, I hate it, but at the very least, try to be creative with what you're doing. For example, a good thing I found worked was going out and visiting clients. This goes back to point one, but you can build and establish relationships with people a lot easier if you are meeting them in person. Far less people are doing this now, and I think it really differentiates you from the other hundreds of agencies that are calling. I know that agencies are probably going to target you on your cold calls, and there still certainly is a place for them in the market at the moment, but I can't recommend enough going out and visiting clients, maybe going out for drops, which is where you bring them like a hamper or stationery or whatever goods that you can bring them, just so they remember you. It's a great morale booster if you're doing it with a team. It's always good fun, and it's a good way of getting your agency and some exposure out into the market, and also helps a business remember you when you're carrying out sales activity in the future, which is always going to help when they're getting so many calls every day. Lastly, it's embracing KPIs or key performance indicators. Now stick with me, I know a lot of people don't like KPIs, but they still do have their place in the recruitment industry today. They are useful as they are a tangible method in tracking your activity and seeing what's working well. Even if the agency you work in isn't too KPI focused, I'd advise maybe thinking about your own KPIs, things that you're tracking that are individual to you, to ensure that you're making the most out of your time and to see where your shortfalls are and to see what's working well. Time is so valuable in this job, and anything that's going to help you manage it more appropriately is going to be a real help. So that's it from me today. I really hope that's helped and you've got something out of it. If it has helped, please leave a like and let me know down in the comment section below what you thought. If you want more videos to do with careers, please do subscribe, as I'm uploading as much as I can. Granted, it's been 3 months since the last video, but hey. But on that note, I will leave you to it. Have a good day. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.